A very pleasant and cheerful morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are fine and waiting eagerly for English class. First of all, I would like to appreciate you all, those who are attending online classes and giving a wonderful response, especially Diksha, Shagun, Lakshay, Lavish Chauhan, Yana, Bhavya, uh, and Jasmine and few more, but I don't remember the names now. But really, it was a wonderful experience to teach you through online class. Keep up this good work. And those who are not attending online classes, it's a request to please start joining online classes. It will be a great experience to study through online classes. So students, get ready with your English literature book. Today we are going to complete chapter 8, The Clever Shepherd. So today we have to start with the scene 3, where the shepherd wanted to help Abbot of Canterbury, and he played a role of Abbot and entered the courtroom and gave the answers of king's questions. So narrator introduces the scene. 3 weeks later, we are once again at the court of King John. Among the courtiers, we can see the shepherd in the long robes of abbot, pretending to be the abbot of Canterbury. So in the courtroom, shepherd entered in the wardrobe of abbot, and he was pretending that he was the abbot of Canterbury. Now the shepherd said, here I am, your majesty. The king said, can you answer my questions now? I will accept no excuse. This time, if you don't answer my questions correctly, you shall die before the sun sets. Shepherd said, my answers are ready, but in case one or two of them displease you, your majesty, I beg you, majesty, in advance to pardon me. Pardon me. Now what Shepherd said, the king said that, are you ready with your answers? And today I'm not going to listen any excuse. If you are not able to answer any question, you shall die before the sun sets. So shepherd said, yes, I am ready with the answers, but before I answer, I would like to request you to please pardon me for my answers if it's displease you, it may, if you're not agree with them, but before that I want to say, please pardon me for that. The king said, well, that I will bear that in mind. Now tell me, how much am I worth? Tell me exactly how much, in pounds, shillings and pence. These three, pound, shillings and pence, related to the currency. It related to the British currency, right? Now see, shillings are the coins, British coins, and same is pence. Now shepherd said, your majesty, you are worth exactly 25 shillings. King said, 25 shillings? You think you can laugh at me because you are rich? I am the king of this land. How dare you say I am worth 25 shillings? Is a crowned sovereign worth only 25 shillings? This is simply an insult. So the king said, only 25 shillings. Do you think you can laugh at me because you are rich? How dare you? I am the king of this land. So he said, is a crowned sovereign. Crowned sovereign means ruler. So here he said crowned ruler. Crowned is a, it is a crown which we wear, which the king and queen they wear on their heads, right? Right. So he said, do you think the crowned ruler worth only 25 shillings? This is the way you are insulting me. Shepherd said, pardon me, your majesty. It's only simple arithmetic. The king said, what do you mean by that? Explain yourself. It's quite simple, your majesty. A crown is 5 shillings and a sovereign is a pound, which is 20 shillings. So a sovereign with a crown should be 25 shillings. So well, what a great answer he gave, that a crown is of 5 shillings and sovereign is a pound. Sovereign ruler is a pound, and which is equal to 25 20 shillings. So overall, you are 25 shillings. You are worth of 25 shillings. That's the way I answered your question. The whole court burst into laughter, cheering the shepherd. King John smiles. King John also smiled, and whole court, they appreciated the shepherd for a great answer. He the way he exactly relate his crown sovereign to the shillings. Okay, okay. The king said, well done, good abbot. That was very clever. What about my second question? Shepherd said, 24 hours, your majesty. The king said, 24 hours? Did you expect me to believe that? Shepherd said, if your majesty rose with the sun and rode by his side as fast as he ride across the sky, you can ride around the earth in 24 hours. So the answer of second question was that how long it will take to ride around the what was the second question, that how long it will take to ride round the world? So his answer was 24 hours. 24 hours, that if he wake up early in the morning and rode by his side as fast as he ride across the sky, he will reach in 24. He will ride around the world in 24 hours. King said, indeed, I wouldn't, sir. 24 hours. So the king said, indeed, I wouldn't, Sir Abbot. I wish I could ride as fast as that. Now here is my third question. What am I thinking this moment? At this moment. Shepherd said, at this moment, your majesty, you think I am the abbot of Canterbury. King said, yes, I do. You are right again. Shepherd said, but forgive me, your majesty, you are wrong. King said, what? Aren't you the abbot of Canterbury? Now what was the third question? What the king was thinking at that moment. So the shepherd said, you think that I am the abbot of Canterbury. King said, yes, I do. You are absolutely right. But the shepherd said, please forgive me, sir, but you are wrong. I am not the abbot of Canterbury. The king said, what do you mean to say? Aren't you abbot of Canterbury? Shepherd said, at this moment, pardon me, your majesty, although I look very much like the abbot, I am in fact only a humble shepherd of his. King said, what, a shepherd? Don't carry your jokes too far. The king did not believe him. He said, please don't crack jokes here. You are a shepherd? He did not believe him. Shepherd said, but I am speaking seriously. Believe me, your majesty, I am one of the shepherds in the abbot's service. I have come here in disguise to answer your questions or die in his place. Either way, I serve my master. So shepherd said, believe me, sir, I am serious. I am one of the shepherd in abbot's service. I work under abbot and I have come here to answer your questions or die in his place. I am the server of my master. The king said, by heaven, you do. My lord, how many of you have such servant as this shepherd? I wish I had at least one. Shall I be your master instead of abbot, my man? So the king was very impressed with shepherd, and he said, will you be my servant, or will you allow me to be your master instead of abbot? Shepherd said, but your majesty, you are my master already. I serve abbot and the abbot serves you. So what answer shepherd gave again, that I am your servant already, as I serve abbot and the abbot serves you. So you are my master already. King said, "Does he? Perhaps he does, but from now on you will serve me as the abbot in his place. You both look alike. You both look alike, but you think and speak more like an abbot than he does." So the king was really impressed of Shepherd. So he said, "Really, you both look alike. So now, from now onwards, you are the abbot under my service, as you think and speak more than abbot, real abbot." Okay, but Shepherd said, "But your majesty, I can only think and speak. I can't either read or write. So how can I do the duties of an abbot?" "I see you can't. What a shame. Anyway, I admire your wit as well as your loyalty. Ask me anything you wish." So Shepherd said, "I can only think and speak, but I cannot write and read like the real abbot can do." So the king said, "Yes, I can see, but it's a bad luck for me, but I admire your intelligence. And if you want to ask something, you can ask from me. I will grant you as per your wish." Shepherd said, "Your majesty, I beg you to pardon my master, the abbot." "All right, I grant your wish. Tell the abbot he is pardoned and free to live in peace in the kingdom." So, what did the shepherd asked from the king as a reward for answering his question? He asked him to pardon his master, abbot, to spare his life, to spare his master's life. The king agreed and he said, "Tell your master that he is free to live in the kingdom. He is allowed to live freely and peacefully in the kingdom." See how the shepherd was dedicated to save his master from answering the difficult questions of King John, and he saved his master's life because of his intelligence, irrespective of the fact that he was not able to read and write, but because of his intelligence, he saved his master's life. So, I hope you enjoyed the story. Read once again and try to answer the questions on your own and do the word meanings and question answers in your fair notebook in a neat and clean handwriting. And one more thing I would like to announce, that with this your literature and grammar syllabus has been completed. Now we are left with only story writing, and after that your syllabus till September has been completed, and now we will start revision. Thank you and have a nice day.